Okay, what about the theme tune? I'll give you a clue. The first two notes are the same two notes that British Rail use when they whiz through the stations. So it has been known in our house every half hour, or when they run on time, it has been known for me to drop everything and go into the opening routine. Now those first two notes, I'm sure you'll recognise. Bum, bum. So, shall we have a go? Let's have a bit of fun. Are you ready? Are you in good voice? I'll start you off. Bum, bum. Come on, you can do better than that. Yes! Okay. This is when the very first Tiller lineup, as we know it, was achieved, round about the turn of the century. And in 1912, they appeared in the very first Royal Command performance in front of King George V and Queen Mary, alongside Harry Lauder, George Robey, Little Titch, and the wonderful Anna Pavlova. He starts to sing his song, Joanna, yeah? Within 2 minutes, we realised something was wrong, that the smoke machine had taken on a life of its own, because it suddenly started bellowing smoke across the studio floor. And I'm not talking drifting, I'm talking thick, thick smoke bellowing. And within 2 minutes, the whole studio is engulfed in thick, thick smoke. We can't see in front of our noses. Well, the first thing that happens, of course, is that the band stop playing because they can't read their music. They're all choking and coughing. Afterwards, we found out that they thought it was a fire because it was that thick of smoke. So the guys are trying to get out the studio. So all we can hear is crash, bang, shouting, screaming. But amongst all this chaos, he's still singing. Joanna, Harry Worth, Billy Dainty, and a brand new unknown impressionist called Mike Yarwood. Now it's down in Bournemouth, and we used to open the show and then do a few routines and then open the second half as well. One night there was a rumour, a buzz actually, going around the theatre that Cary Grant was in the audience. Well, you can imagine, great excitement. He's my particular hero. So this is where the ventriloquism comes in. We're doing our opening routine, and while we're doing it, it's... Can you see him yet? Is that him over there? No. Is that him? No. Oh, where is he? I don't know. Is that... Hang on, there he is. Down the line it came. Over there, second on the left, second on the left, second on... There he is. That poor man had 16 girls flirting outrageously with him the whole show. Oblivious to the rest of the audience. But as I'm standing there waiting, I had an idea. I had a bet with the rest of the girls. I bet them all £1 each that I would touch Cary Grant. But of course they took the bet because there's no way that I was going to get anywhere near Cary Grant with his entourage. So they took the bet. So suddenly we heard all this buzz and Cary Grant is in the building. And I've got the door open like this. As he walks down with his entourage, as he just walks past the door, I shoot my hand out and smack him on the backside. That night I won 15 quid. Which doesn't sound like a lot of money, but in those days we were earning about £9 a week. And out of that we had to find our digs and our food, so I was rich that week. Anyway, about 15 minutes later, there's another buzzing going around the theatre. Cary Grant is on his way out. So I thought, oh, I'll just get one more look. But before I had a chance to open the door, there was this very loud rap on the door. Very loud rap on the door. And I opened the door, and I promise you, this is a very bad impression. There stood Cary Grant. And he said to me, "You're a very naughty girl." He winked and disappeared out of my life. So, ladies, this hand has touched Cary Grant's bum. Unfortunately, inflation, it's gone up to £5. I'm charging down the stairs, the girls are waiting in line, and I get to the side stage, and I'm, excuse me. As I get to go onto the stage, I catch my heel in a huge cable that's running down for the cameras, catch my heel, fall on my backside, my foot goes through the back cloth and smashes into this lamp, and it explodes and goes into complete darkness. So I'm now laying there on the floor with my foot through, and one side of the stage is completely dark. The girls are in line. I've got to go third in. I'm third in. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Well, it must have been, it's felt like ages, but it was seconds. I ripped my leg out, went in, and jumped into line as the curtains opened. And the stage smile got fixed. Now, ladies, gentlemen, you won't relate to this. Ladies, what happens when you're giggling and you're nervous? Come on, we've all done it. Any idea? Don't tell me no one's ever done this. Wet the... Well, I'd put it a bit more gently. Lost control. Yes, I wet myself. In the middle of the stage, live TV, kicking. As we go into the circle again, the girls are now shocked because they can't believe the puddle in the middle of the stage. But the worst bit was, as we were coming, if you remember the end of the routine, we do those kicks down and then land on one knee. Well, the MD, Jack Parnell, in the orchestra pit, as we did those last kicks, his face was wonderful because he couldn't work out what was flicking off the end of my shoe. So there were 12 of us. We were all offered the job, and the choreographer said, now, before you sign your contract, could you all just stand up on stage because Mr. LaRue is coming in to have a chat with you. Danny LaRue comes in the theatre, and he sweeps across the stage and looks at us up and down, does this, smiles at us, goes over, whispers to the choreographer and wafts out. Choreographer goes, okay, thank you girls, come and sign your contracts, Lee can have a word. So I go over and he says, I'm really sorry Lee, but Danny doesn't want you in the show. I said, but why? He didn't watch the audition, he didn't see how I was dancing, why doesn't he want me in? And he said, well, look at the other girls. There's a small blonde one and a tall dark one and a redhead, and there's no other tall blonde dancer. I said, so? He said, you look too much like Danny LaRue when he's dressed up. So I didn't get the job because I looked like a drag queen. Nice. But he put a one-off Sunday night at the London Palladium for Bruce Forsyth's 70th, and he wanted the original 60s Tillers to be in the show with him. Well, we were all thrilled to bits, but don't forget we're all now middle-aged women. And I can assure you we were not talking on stage. We were gasping for air. HRT patches flying everywhere. But I do feel old sometimes, because in the old days, when I used to go to work to the theatre, Pete used to say to me, as I went out, you be careful of those stage door Johnnies. But now when I go to work, he says, you be careful crossing the road. Right, next one. You join on, and you join on, that's it. Round you go, I'm getting out of the way. Nice, look at that straight line. And the last two ladies, unfortunately, you got further to go than anyone. Right, on you go, and get those legs whizzing. Off you go, round you go, all the way round. Nice straight line. Come on, girl, you can do it. She's got her flip-flops on. Excellent. That's called the eventual pick-up wheel. Now, are you my centre two? Now you split, and you're going to go all the way round and meet her at the back. Take your ladies with you, don't lose. And you're going to come back a bit. Now you split. Yes! Have you got that? Then, I lied, you are going to kick. You're going to do 7 kicks with your right leg first and end up on one knee. Don't go down if it's a problem. No jumps. Oh, you're keen, aren't you? No, you're fine. You're doing great. Are we all ready? Step on the left, kick on the right. 7 kicks. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down on one knee. Down on one knee. I'm not doing it. And when you get there, you will get a thunderous round of applause. Okay, ladies, up you get. You know you. Yes. Yes. Brilliant. Keep going. Where's the straight line? Miss Barbara would not be proud. You've missed. You better run after her. Keep going, girls. All the way back to where you started. All the way round, Marie. Round here. That's it. Stay there. Round here. Very good. Go. Thunderous round of applause. Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please say thank you for the wonderful Braemar Tiller girls. Thank you, ladies. Track 3, please. Thank you, ladies. You were wonderful.